Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Rebel Plays YouTube channel. Today is Friday, October 18th, and I'm back for another weekday matchup in college football. But this time we've got some bigger conferences to look at. I'm just going to take one of the plays for Friday. I'm going to pass on the Duke and Florida State game. That line just smells horrible to me, but we will be breaking down Oklahoma State going up against BYU. So a Big 12 breakdown. I'll have my best game pick for that one. Then we're going to be breaking down two more player props for the entire slate before that. Let's take a look at our plays for Thursday night. Good news, bad news here. Virginia Tech currently up 21-0, but Tootin just ran for a 83-yard touchdown. So 1-0 on the player props right now. Boston College kind of getting ran right now, 21-0. But they had a good drive. Third drive, it was 14-0. Castellanos was moving the ball down the field, and then a exchange on the handoff went wrong. It was an option play. Castellanos should have just pulled it immediately, but he tried to stick it in the belly. Running back didn't take it. Fumble. Castellanos didn't put his body on the line, and it was a turnover. 2 plays later, they're up 21-0. So at least Boston College did move the ball down the field on one of those drives. Still very early. 12 minutes left in the second quarter. 21-0 Boston College ball. So I'm not calling that Boston College won a loss, but it's not looking good. Again, Tutton has already hit his prop. And then Thomas Castellanos, anytime touchdown. He is moving a lot better in this game. Which makes me hopeful he will get in the end zone at some point. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. Updated from last night, 1-2 day yesterday. Only win was Kenny Odom, I believe, so for UTEP. So 1-2 day yesterday. Let's take a look at the plays for Friday night. Big 12 battle. Oklahoma State going up against BYU. These teams have been very different this season. Oklahoma State, not great so far this year. They started off really well, 3-0 to start the season, 3 consecutive wins, but they've now suffered 3 consecutive losses going up against all Big 12 opponents. The exact opposite has been the case for the BYU Cougars. They have now gone on a 6-game winning streak to start the season. They're undefeated. They're also 3-0 in Big 12 play. We have a couple teams tied at the top for the Big 12 title, including Iowa State, BYU, and Texas Tech, which is a very surprising team to be 3-0 in conference play. And I only say that because their defense is so bad this season. It makes no sense that they're at the top of the Big 12. But the spread's a little bit bigger than I would like for BYU in this game, but I think BYU is the much better team. I'm going to take them minus 9.5 at home. This is one of the best teams in college football on their home field. It's going to be a night game for them. Environment should be fantastic. They've already defended their home field this season going up against Kansas State, beating them easily, especially in the second half. They kind of ran away with that game. Oklahoma State, they're coming off the bye week. I did see Coach Gundy got struck by a bull or something, or a cow in the face. He's questionable for this game. I'm sure with the toughness of the head coach, he's going to be out there, but I did find that interesting when I was looking up stuff for Oklahoma State in this game. But I will say Oklahoma State, the team, they haven't been great defensively. They actually have been one of the worst teams defensively. And this season, that defense, they're giving up a ton of chunk plays. And the offense this season for Oklahoma State, they haven't been bad. They're actually bringing in a pretty good passing attack, ranking 16th in college football. But that defense has been weighing them down, and they're going to weigh them down again in this game. Defensively, Oklahoma State this season, they're giving up 27.2 points per game. Not horrible. They're giving up 514.6 yards per game to opposing teams. That's ranked 130th in the nation. There are only 3 other teams that have worse numbers than Oklahoma State defensively. That's Kent State, Ball State, and Utah State. So I think we're going to see BYU cruise up and down the field. This is a team who's been good in the red zone also this season. They're going to finish drives with touchdowns, not field goals. They've got great quarterback play this season. They've got some really good skill players on the outside. They're a very balanced team as well. They run the ball well. They throw the ball well. This is a top team in the Big 12, a top team in the nation, really. And I love everything about BYU. I love the coaching, love the players, love the way they're playing. They have been a near perfect season so far, and they've already taken down 2 of the top contending teams in the Big 12, including Kansas State and Arizona. This is not a game that they're going to sleepwalk through. I think they can easily take down OK State here and stay at the top of that Big 12 standing. I'm going to take them to win this game by at least a couple touchdowns. Minus 9.5 as the play here. Let's go take a look at the player props. We're going to take the first player prop. We're going to stay in the same game. BYU Chase Roberts to go over 55.5 receiving yards against OK State. This seems like an incredibly low number for one of the best players on the field in this game, and he's been showing that every single game so far this year for BYU. Chase Roberts is a special talent. He's got a really good quarterback throwing the ball this year in Jake Ratzliff, who has topped nearly 1,500 passing yards with 14 touchdowns through 6 games. BYU does have 2 wide receivers on the outside that they have tried to feature every single game. That's Lassiter and Chase Roberts, both of which have 20 catches on the season and over 300 receiving yards on the season as well. This should be an easy matchup, though, for BYU offensively. I think they're going to be able to do whatever they want in this game. If they want to run the ball for 10 yards every single play, they're going to run the ball for 10 yards every single play. If they want to drop back and hit some deep crosses over the middle for 25 plus yards per play. That's what they're going to do. They can do basically anything they want in this game because Oklahoma State has been equally bad on the ground and through the air on defense. They're giving up 257 plus yards in both of those categories. I do think BYU will get up early in this game through the air. I also like Chase Roberts to potentially find the end zone in this game. He scored in 3 consecutive games, but this number is too low. He's coming off a pretty good game against Arizona, having 61 yards in that one off of 5 catches. This will be his easiest matchup of the season. So give me his over 55.5 receiving yards as the play here. And for the last play, we're going to be looking at Purdue going up against Oregon. You're going to have to stick with me on this play. I've got a lot to say because we're going to take Ryan Brown of Purdue, the backup quarterback, to go over 173.5 passing yards against Oregon. I'm actually not entirely sure if he's going to play in this game. I think he's going to play, but Hudson Card last week, he was ruled out going up against Illinois because they were calling it an upper body injury. He was in concussion protocol, I guess. I'm not sure because they really didn't give us a lot on that injury. They just said upper body injury. They pulled him from the start against Illinois. They also could have just benched him because he's been horrible for Purdue this season. The more probable thing is that he got benched instead of an injury. He only has 1 win on the season going up against Indiana State. And with Hudson Card as their quarterback, they have lost by 59 points to Notre Dame, 17 points to Oregon State, 18 points to Nebraska, and 46 points to Wisconsin. So it's definitely not out of the question that he got benched for the backup quarterback. But I did see something in that Illinois game last week that sparked my interest because that was one of the more entertaining games in the second half on last Saturday. Purdue got down by 30-plus points in the first half. Looked like they were on their way to another blowout. But Ryan Brown, basically all in the second half going up against Illinois, found a way to put up 46 points against Illinois, having 297 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. It doesn't seem possible for a team like Purdue, who hasn't been explosive all season long, because they scored 46 points in the second half. They really haven't even scored 46 points in the first 5 games altogether. But they found a way to do it. Whenever something like that happens, you got to take a look at the players, and the reason really was the backup quarterback play. He's a freshman quarterback. He's gotten in for a couple snaps for these blowout games in the first couple games, but this is going to be a tough test for him going up against Oregon. But I think Oregon, they're going to be up by probably 4 touchdowns pretty early in this game. They're going to be sleepwalking their way through it. Take Ryan here in the second half to have 173.5 passing yards just in the second half alone as the play here at Boston College just got a really nice turnover. So looks like Drones might have got hurt too. Not that I root for injuries, but let's take a look at the recap. We are going to take BYU minus 9.5. We have Chase Roberts over 55.5 receiving yards against OK State. And then Ryan Brown over 173.5 passing yards going up against the Oregon Ducks. Guys, going to do it for NCAA football plays and props for Friday, October 18th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys in this video, and thanks for watching.